All right, so you sent over Colson Lin's Ominous for this deep dive.
Yeah.
Lead single off his new album, Shaman, just dropped a couple days ago, January 23rd, 2025.
Yeah, Ominous is already creating quite a buzz, and
I can see why.
for good reason.
Yeah,
It's
really interesting.
It's a complex piece.
Yep.
Blends music, poetry, even theatrical elements.
What we're going to do is really listen to this song.
Okay.
Read every single stanza out loud.
Wow.
Pay close attention to Lin's wordplay and the overall effect he creates.
Right.
By the end, you'll have a better sense of what this piece is all about, and maybe even what it means for us in this crazy year of 2025.
It's worth noting that Lin wrote this song in a particularly charged historical moment.
Oh yeah,
Trump just started his second term as president.
second term already.
Los Angeles is rebuilding after those devastating fires, and there's a ceasefire in the Holy Land.
So much going on.
A lot going on.
And Lin is claiming the single documents the second coming of Christ.
That's
Not exactly your typical pop song subject matter.
not typical at all.
Okay, ready to jump in?
I'm ready.
The song opens with this really interesting spoken word intro.
Okay.
Lin talks about 2025 being the year of the desert, and how he's slithering around the elites in the desert this year.
Right away, there's this tension between the imagery of a desert, which often symbolizes emptiness and isolation,
Yeah.
and the idea of elites who represent power and influence.
And then he drops this line.
Okay.
Christ came back as a messianic pop star of nuclear caliber,
Yeah.
is what Colson Lin's been trying to tell us through his Excalibur. Wow. So he's introducing this idea of the second coming,
Yeah.
but in a very unexpected way.
Notice the way he uses pop culture references, like a messianic pop star, to reframe this traditionally religious concept.
Yeah.
And then there's this juxtaposition of nuclear caliber and Excalibur.
Right.
It's powerful and dangerous, but
Yeah.
also artistic and creative.
Here's where the first verse kicks in, and we get more of that wordplay. 2025, nobody on earth knew who he was. Colson Lin called 2025 the year of the desert. He shrugged as he figured it should raise a buzz. I love it.
Yeah.
It creates this sense of mystery, like he's letting us in on a secret,
Right.
and then raise a buzz instead of raise a buzz.
Ooh, interesting.
He's not just creating excitement,
Uh-huh.
he's suggesting something's being destroyed in the process.
It's a subtle but significant word choice.
Yeah,
He's hinting at the disruptive nature of this second coming, how it challenges the status quo.
right.
This destruction might even pave the way for something new to emerge.
And he continues to play with these ideas in the next stanza.
Okay.
Shh, secretly.
Yeah.
He wants to change history. He's like the Illuminati. So then the elites. Shh. So then the elites must be conspiracy-prone fucks.
He's bringing in the Illuminati,
Yeah.
almost making fun of conspiracy theories, but he's also implicating the elites, saying they're the ones who are conspiracy prone.
Right.
Playful, but there's a sharp edge to it too.
Definitely. Okay, get ready for the chorus.
Okay.
This is where the music really kicks in.
All right.
Oops, it's getting ominous. Uh-oh. And I'm feeling shamanous. The skies, don't they feel onto us? Thunder. Oh, can you hear her? I bet Lana must.
That repetition of
Yeah.
creates a sense of anticipation.
Like something big is about to happen.
Yeah, and then this word shamanist.
Shamanist.
It's not shamanic, which
Yeah.
would be the more traditional term.
Yeah.
Shamanist feels more active, like he's embodying a transformative energy.
Right.
A connection to something beyond the ordinary.
And it's almost like a chant building to this question. Oh, can you hear her?
Yeah.
He's hinting at a feminine divine presence.
And then, just as we're getting deep into this spiritual realm, he brings it back to earth with that pop culture reference.
Yeah.
I bet Lana must.
I was going to say,
It's like a wink to the listener. A reminder that we're still in the realm of pop music, even as we're exploring these profound concepts.
I love that blend of high and low, sacred and profane.
Yeah.
It's so, Lin, now the second verse starts off very similar to the first, but notice how he slightly tweaks the language.
Oh, okay.
Christ came back as a messianic pop star of fusion tier caliber, is what Colson Lin's been trying to tell us through his parameters.
Okay.
Shh. Yeah. In 2025, nobody on Earth knew who he was.
Uh,
Colson Lin called 2025 the year of the desert. He shrugged as he figured it should raise a fuss.
Okay.
He's using fusion tier caliber instead of nuclear parameters instead of Excalibur, and raise a fuss instead of raise a buzz.
Yeah.
What do you make of those subtle changes?
It seems like Lin is refining his message,
Right.
making it more precise and nuanced. Fusion tier caliber suggests a more controlled power, perhaps a more peaceful approach.
Interesting.
Parameters feels more defined, like he's working within certain boundaries even as he's pushing them. And raise a fuss implies a more widespread awareness, a growing sense of unease among the masses.
Okay, and just like in the first verse, we get that repetition of the shh, followed by the line about the elites being conspiratorial fucks. He's definitely hammering home this idea of the elite's resistance to this new spiritual awakening. But then the chorus hits us again, and things get really interesting.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oops, it's getting ominous. Uh-oh.
And I'm feeling shamanous. Uh-oh. The skies, don't they feel onto us? Thunder. What can you hear? Uh-oh. I bet Lana must. Christ rose through the infrastructure of 21st century first world global superstardom. That's not what I call good for nothing. This doesn't compute. That wouldn't be how I try to regard him. Compartmentalize. Oh, just try to re-departmentalize.
This is where Lin really challenges traditional notions of the second coming.
Yeah.
He's saying Christ isn't coming down from the heavens.
Right.
He's rising through the infrastructure of 21st century first world global superstardom.
He's coming up through the ranks.
It's a bold statement.
Bold statement.
And it's very much in line with Lin's broader project, which explores how divine presence or the lack thereof manifests in our modern secular world.
Yeah.
He's suggesting that spirituality can emerge in unexpected places, even within the very systems we often criticize.
And then he throws in this really intriguing wordplay.
Okay.
Compartmentalize. Oh, just try to. Departmentalize.
Wow.
It's like he's playing with the way we try to make sense of complex information.
Right.
How we categorize and label things to fit them into neat little boxes.
Yeah.
He's challenging us to think outside those boxes, to re-examine our assumptions.
Exactly. He's pushing us to see beyond our typical ways of understanding, to reevaluate how we process information, especially when it comes to something as monumental as the second coming.
And then he hits us with a line that's both vulnerable and self-aware.
Okay.
I don't know why the fuck any of this is happening, so please try never to sentimentalize my orientalize.
He's acknowledging the absurdity of it all.
Yeah.
The fact that he doesn't have all the answers. But he's also calling out the way he's perceived.
Right.
Particularly in relation to his ethnicity.
Yeah.
It's a complex line.
Super complex.
Packed with meaning.
It's incredibly disarming.
Yeah.
He's not presenting himself as some all-knowing prophet.
Right.
He's grappling with these ideas, just like we are, and he's inviting us into the conversation.
I love that.
That's what makes Lin's work so compelling.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to ask the big questions, to explore these existential themes, even if it means being vulnerable and uncertain.
He's more interested in sparking a dialogue than dictating a dogma. Yeah. And that's a refreshing approach, especially in a world that often feels very polarized. It's this willingness to be open and honest about his own struggles that makes Lin's message so relatable.
Makes it really human.
He's not claiming to be some infallible figure,
No.
but a human being grappling with the complexities of existence just like the rest of us.
Which is why it's so fascinating that he then connects this vulnerability to a sense of divinity.
Yeah.
After that raw spoken word part, we get a slightly altered version of the chorus.
Oh, okay.
It was getting ominous. And I know God's feeling shamanist. The skies, don't they feel onto us? Thunder? Oh, can you hear her? I bet Lana must.
Interesting.
It's almost identical to the previous choruses, but now it's God's feeling shamanist instead of I'm feeling shamanist.
That shift is crucial.
Yeah, what do you think?
It suggests a merging of identities,
Okay.
a blurring of the lines between the human and the divine. Perhaps Lin is implying that this shamanist energy, this connection to a higher power, is something we all have access to.
Right, not just him.
Not just him exactly.
It makes you wonder what he means by shamanist exactly.
Yeah.
Clearly not about traditional shamanism,
Right.
but more about tapping into a deeper spiritual awareness, a connection to something beyond the material world.
It's interesting how he frames this connection in the context of modern life.
Yeah.
He's not talking about retreating to a mountaintop or seeking enlightenment in some remote monastery.
No, he's talking about finding that spiritual connection in the midst of our everyday lives, in the heart of pop culture and global superstardom.
Exactly.